What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and we have a few things to talk about. But before we get into that, just wanted to say hi. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the first card we're gonna talk about is Snake Lily of the Abyss. Normal spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You send a reptile monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then, if you have 5 or more reptiles with different names in your graveyard, you can special summon a reptile monster from your graveyard. What makes this card good is Snake Rain in the deck. You Snake Rain, you dump 4, and the one you discard, everything for Snake Rain's cost. Or, you just send a different one with that. And then you get a Monster Reborn on top of it. Really, really good for the deck. The deck is very good at getting things in the graveyard. That's not their real issue. Their issue is kind of consistency in general, or the effects aren't they're just not powerful enough. But nevertheless, the last card for the deck is a great one for it. Next up, exciting news. The Egyptian gods are getting themes, specifically Slifer and Obelisk the Tormentor. So Slifer is getting a deck based around drawing cards and all that. I'm assuming, hopefully anyway. So the deck uses token generating effects, so you can get to the 3 tributes. Hopefully, we get more support than Thunder Force Attack, which we covered already on the channel. So hopefully we get more than that for the deck, and more than the other Egyptian god support that we got from Ra. Because Ra got its own search card, on top of having Mound of the Bound Creator. So hopefully Slifer and Obelisk get the same treatment. Obelisk is probably gonna get a very similar thing. So each Egyptian God card includes 1 Egyptian God card and 5 new cards, 4 unique cards, as well as 1 copy of Soul Crossing, a brand new quick play included in both decks that lets you tribute your Egyptian gods by tributing your opponent's monsters. So each deck is getting 4 new cards. That probably will not be enough to make Slifer and Obelisk good. But these decks don't necessarily need to be good. They just need to be fun and functional. Because people will play them because of nostalgia, and people love the Egyptian God cards. The issue with them is that they require so much to get out, but you can't really do anything with them, unfortunately. That's their issue. Getting out Slifer on turn 1, a lot of decks I don't think can really deal with it, because Slifer's effect is if a card is summoned in face-up attack position on your opponent's side of the field, they lose 2,000 attack, and if their attack becomes 0, it's destroyed. And a lot of decks have really low-powered monsters that just keep getting blown up. There are going to be decks that can play out of that. Woo. Obelisk is mainly Obelisk has its own form of protection. It's the only one of the Egyptian gods that have their own form of protection. I think that out of all of them, with what's currently out, obviously Ra is the best because it has the most support, and all it does is OTK. The one that has the highest potential is Slifer the Sky Dragon, funny enough, because of what it does. And the one that was competitively viable at one point, but kind of has fallen off a little bit, is Obelisk, because Slifer is a good stun card, and a lot of decks can't really play out of it if they don't have a way to remove Slifer the Sky Dragon. However, Obelisk is probably the most consistently decent one, so keep that in mind. Um, Next up is more things relating to the Egyptian gods and Yugi, called King's Court. It's a new set with world premiere cards that can be played by themselves or as an engine for the Egyptian god strategy that is coming out in June of this year. So, the thing about this that makes this exciting is we are getting Egyptian god support in two things. So, maybe maybe what we don't get in the structure decks. So to promote the Egyptian gods and get them, we'll get support in this set. I'm assuming they're kind of going hand in hand, and they're premier cards too. So these are going to be what we used to call TCG exclusives, but they're just coming out in the TCG first, which is really, really exciting for the nostalgia players and the people that really loved, the Egyptian gods. Because the Egyptian gods are so cool. Like, because in the anime, they're like, oh, these are the best monsters ever. And then when we finally got them, they were awful. Because the thing is that, like, and I believe Mega Capital G made a video on what all the Egyptian gods would do if they came out during the anime. If they came out when they appeared in the anime, and I think he said, Obelisk would still be the best because of Megamorph shenanigans, but you can't Megamorph Obelisk because the targeting isn't just for your opponents. Yeah. Anyway, that is it for this video. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, emails in the description. Comment down below what you think of the Egyptian god structure decks and this King's Court that is probably going to have the Egyptian god strategy, like Egyptian god support, and possibly support for Yugi's other monsters. It might not have it, but I would love to see like a Celtic Guardian support and everything, because we got that one that special summons from the hand and draws you cards. So I would love to see one that more Celtic Guardian support that's kind of maybe similar to Teller Knights, how you have one that summons from the hand, one that summons from the graveyard, maybe one that searches a Celtic Guard, and then on top of that, one that and then their theme would be they can't be destroyed if you meet certain conditions to match with Obnoxious Celtic Guard, because Obnoxious Celtic Guard says it can't be destroyed by battle if the monster has 1900 attack or more. So maybe that's what they could do for a theme if they ever, decide to go down that route. But I've rambled on long enough. So the last thing I just want to tell you is have a wonderful day.